Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday morning, I think. Yes, it's Wednesday morning. It is starting to get a little bit chilly here in Florida. It's actually a big storm coming, a second big storm coming, which is going to be tomorrow, I think, with a lot of rain and a lot of things. So we decided that today we're going to the aquarium, because we like doing stuff when we have vacations. It's like we sit at home before we travel and like, yeah, but when we get to Florida we're gonna spend the days by the pool and we're gonna relax, and then we come to Florida and then and any place actually, and we're walking miles and miles and miles and doing loads of things. So yeah, that is what is going on this morning. And I almost tried to hit my own head again to try to get this to actually focus on me. But yeah, so we are heading off to Tampa Aquarium today. We're also going to go by Old Navy because I discovered that a couple of the clothes that I bought was maternity clothes. They didn't sit very well. I didn't try them in the store. That's just how I work. So we're going to return them, and also we bought a couple of shirts for Christopher's father, which is a little tad too small. So we are going to return them too, and then we're going to replace them with other warm and cozy clothes. So yeah, that is the plan. But next up, a cup of coffee for me and Starbucks. Good morning, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. Welcome to the Florida Aquarium. It is in Tampa, but it's called the Florida Aquarium. There is so many cool fishes. There's a lot of fishes here. And there's a lot of cool birds and turtles. And there's actually a monkey too. Or I don't know if it's a monkey. But yeah, I really enjoyed the aquarium. It was really like warm and stuffy in there, but there were so many gorgeous animals, so many gorgeous fishes and birds, and I just love fishes and birds. I love animals, period. I think it's just wonderful going around and looking at them. Uh, the enclosures were rather on the smaller side, which was maybe not the best, but there were still room for them to move around. And like you see, they have a croc, just a cute little crocodile, or might not be a crocodile, it might be one of the other ones. Well, they're really cute. And this little turtle, it's a little spiky turtle. It looks like it's from, yeah, hundreds and thousands of years ago. But it's so adorable. It has its eyes closed. It's just adorable. And yeah, sometimes you can see me in the mirror. And otters, they had otters, and this little otter, he was so much fun because he was just swimming back and forth and back and forth and just doing his little swim. Just adorable. Yeah. And they had a lot of very big fishes, and a lot of the area was kind of vegetation was really built to where they're supposed to be living, which I really like. They're oh, it's so awesome. And this little birdie is like, oh, you're over here. Let's get going. I want to go to where you are, which I also thought was pretty cool. But I'm a little bit frightened of them, even though they're probably pretty nice. But they can have a little bit hard beaks, so I was a little bit afraid that he wanted to kind of bite at me. But it's a gorgeous bird, even though it have that like spoonish beak. Kind of a cute bird. There it is again. Yeah, and again, really big fishes. Gorgeous big fishes, but a lot of really big fishes. Um, they would be good on a sandwich. Now, I love how they glide through the water. And again, the whole area, so they had the fishes in the water, and around it was land where the birds was. And this little owl, he was standing and kind of posing for me. Very nice of him to pose at me and look at me and, hey, take a good photo now. There were a lot of turtles, big and small. They're just gorgeous. They had a bunch of lizards too, which was super gorgeous. But they also had areas for where they fed the lizards, where they had little bugs that they fed them with. I don't like bugs, so that was a lemur. A lemur. That was what I was saying. They only had like one enclosure with lemurs. No monkeys, no other thing, just lemurs, which felt a little bit odd. It felt like they were there to help people get into the aquarium, and then they had the rest of the animals kind of being the real aquarium animals. So it felt a little bit strange because lemurs aren't really part of the Floridian fauna, really. I don't know if everything here was Floridian fauna though, but it's cool. It's really, really cool. And it also makes it possible for me to see them more up close, and don't need to pay a lot of money to go out on like a safari in Florida and might see just a fraction of all of these fishes and animals. Like the fishes you would probably not see at all if you would go out on a boat, except for if you went fishing. But then it's just again a fraction of them. So I really enjoyed this. Here in this little tank, all the fishes are kind of those that look like rocks. So there's a lot of fishes here, but you can't hardly see them because you don't know which is fishes and which is rocks, which is kind of fun too. Um, and then they have these. These are so adorable. Yeah, so many fishes. This one had really cool lines around the eyes, so it looked really evil because it looks like it's like these zigzaggy firecracker lines around the eyes. And then we had these. These are a little bit scary. They are big crustaceans. Is it that the word? Crabs? No. Lobsters, probably some kind of lobster. And then we have this. He's full of thorns or whatever. So it's a blowfish, so he can blow himself off up. And this one was huge. I think it was at least like 1.5 meter long. Huge fish, huge fish. And then they had these like vertical tanks where they had a lot of other like little crabs and other things that kind of grew vertically more than anything. They also had these really big aquarium pieces where you can see a lot of different animals like these beautiful big fishes. And then you can kind of go around. These were like tunnels inside, so you can see a lot of different fishes in the same big tank. This was a meanie. He looked really like a meanie. And they had so many different seahorses. It was so much fun to look at all of them. And they kind of hang on to the vegetation with their tails. They're super adorable. And a little bit frightening at the same time because they look very skeletal. It gets me thinking about Hogwarts and the horses that pull the wagons. That's what they look like without legs. Something like that. And then you have these, which are basically just straight fishes. They look like leaves. There's so many different ones. I think the next one is just, yeah, these. It was hard seeing what was a fish and what was actually the vegetation in the tank. And there comes one that kind of fell. It comes right now. You will see it in 2 seconds. You know, there it comes. Just falling down, but that is also a fish that is actually swimming. A seahorse. And they had, yeah, there were so many cool things you can go and watch. There was a lot of people in here towards the end. I think it was 2 or 3 school classes of like 4 or 5 year olds. So they were very small and very loud. And they ran around like crazy. they were hitting the tanks. That was probably what I felt was the worst thing about it. Because you should not hit the tanks. You should watch the animals, but you should absolutely not hit the tanks, because that will cause stress to the poor little fishes. This tank had that giant turtle and some sharks and a whole bunch of other small fishes. We just left the aquarium. It was great. It was really, really good. It was beautiful animal, beautiful fishes. I really, really enjoyed it, and I really recommend, if you are going in the Tampa area, go to the aquarium. It is I think $26 entry. At our hotel we found those little notes where you could get like $2 off, so if you're staying at a hotel, maybe look, there's usually this big thing with a lot of pamphlets and stuff that you can find different things to do in the area. That was where I found the $2 off coupon, and one coupon was for 6 entries, so if you are 6 people, up to 6 people, you can go on one of those. So that was awesome, actually. I really, really liked that, liked the place and everything. We parked just, they said here's aquarium parking. I don't know how much of that is. It cost us $7, so it was a little bit steep, but then again we didn't have to walk that far. I think it took us an hour and a half to get through it all, and the only reason why it took a little bit quicker at the end was because there were a couple of school classes on there, and it ended up being a little too loud and a little bit too crowded for me. But it was beautiful. I love the fishes, I love the birds. It's really my place because I love fishes and birds. So yeah, I'm super happy that we went there and everything. So yeah, now we are going to go and return some clothes on Old Navy. It is evening-ish. We're not heading to bed, but we are staying in for the rest of the day, so I thought I could finish the vlog now. It is stormy outside, it is raining outside, and it's going to be rainy outside for at least 2 days, if I understand the weather. So we'll see what we will do tomorrow, because it's pouring down, and they're talking about flooding, and they're talking about all of those things. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what will happen. We ended up having dinner here at the hotel. They have a little bar with some bar food, like quesadillas and chicken fingers and stuff like that. And that was what we ate. It was actually really good, and in comparison to the other hotel, the quesadillas was much bigger, much better. It tasted much better. The plates really filled you up. When we ate at the Cove at our last hotel, we hardly got full. And also they had 2 kind of bars, one out by the pool and one inside, but it was the same thing with both of them. They really didn't fill you up. It was quite little food, and it was actually much more expensive than it was here. So yeah, so far thumbs up for this hotel. Also, the beds here is so much firmer, and we're used to firm beds, so our backs get really bad from the soft beds that were at the other hotel. But here it's we're sleeping super well, except for the guy next door that decided to listen to a action movie at 2 o'clock in the morning at a very, very loud TV. So I woke up, Christopher slept like a baby. I woke up, had a very hard time falling asleep again because the intermittent and then it's quiet a little while, and then kind of woke me up a couple of times. But he finally shut up, or I finally fell asleep, I don't know, or he didn't sound, it was the TV. But yeah, anyhow, I don't even know if we have a male neighbor. So yeah, but yeah, so it's been been a good day. It's been a good day. We circled Tampa twice because I wasn't able to tell where we were supposed to go off. So that was an adventure. Yeah, and we returned a whole bunch of clothes to Old Navy. It went perfectly, and then we went back in and we got a whole bunch of other clothes today. I'm gonna show you when I wear them, because I found this long knitted grey shirt that I think would be perfect with my leggings for like Christmas Day or Christmas Eve when we are at Disney. But yeah, we have a couple of days left here. We'll see what we're gonna do tomorrow with all the rain and everything. It's gonna be hard to get off clear water, but we'll see. We'll see. I just want to say good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Bye! Guys, I have an unexpected finish. I thought I would be knitting at least one more day on this, but the hat is done. All the ends are sewn in and everything. Then you have the glittery hat and the little fur ball. The only thing with this fur ball was that it have a very long tail, very long elastic, and it was very hard to get it into my hat. However, I can undo the knot that I have in there and try something else to get it to come in deeper. But yeah, that's basically all with it. Otherwise, I really like it. It's very thick. It has a very tight knit, but it's kind of nice. Kind of nice. So that is my finished Christmas hat.